There are three things that I think that state government can do to help with the employment. One is continue partnerships that we have with businesses where we help them with their taxes in exchange for them creating jobs. The second thing we need to do is hold them accountable for the jobs they promise. And the third thing is we need to take away tax benefits from businesses that outsource or send jobs overseas. I think those three things, and the last thing is continue to produce smart people so we have a good workforce. We have to continue to invest in our education. The biggest battle over the next 3 or 4 years in the State House, in addition to creating jobs, is how do we fund schools in our state? And there are two ways that people look at that. One is what I call property tax roulette. We'll fund schools based on a roulette wheel that says where you're born will affect how much money is available to educate you, versus what we do now, which is saying what do kids need to get a good education? Not every child, every student needs the same things to learn. And so we fund based on their needs, and that will be the battle. I come down on the side that we should decide what's best for each student and invest in each student and let their God-given talents determine where they go with the tools that we give them. I would like to continue to, three things I think I work very hard on in Topeka. One is on our economy. In Wichita, we've been building airplanes for about 60 years, and manufacturing is very important. I want to continue to protect that and make sure we continue to grow that while also expanding into things like Cyborg, which is the ability to use composites, which is a new way of new material that we're using for airplanes that make them lighter so they can use less gas, go faster, more wind resistant, less wind resistant. Also, you can use it for medical. You guys don't have to worry about this for 50 years, but your parts start wearing out, knees, hips, and you can use this composite instead of the metal they put in there now. We want to continue to invest in that. And in order, second, to keep a strong economy in Kansas, we don't have oceans or mountains. We have you. We have a good, solid workforce. And the better that we educate you and provide you with opportunities to educate you and get good jobs here, the stronger we'll be as a state. And the third thing we need to do is to continue to understand that health care and quality of life issues are critical for your decisions to stay here. And this is very much self-interest on my part. I have two kids, one who's a freshman at KU and one who's a senior at Northwest. I want them to live in this area so I can see my grandkids. And if we make a strong economy, you'll want to live here. I really believe the message I'd like to leave with you is the future's in your hands. You'll determine what this world looks like in the next 30 years. I'd like to say it's all about me, but at my age, we're about ready to hand it off to you. What you do, what your minds come up with in terms of jobs and businesses and the lives you live will determine. And you get to make the decisions on which of us will help make sure the environment's there for you to make those decisions when you vote or don't vote in this election. If you put your 2 cents in, you go and vote, understanding that we'll frustrate you, understanding that everything you want because you voted for me or some other candidate might not happen right away, but you're engaged, you're involved, you're putting your 2 cents in. In my area, which is in southeast Kansas, not too far from this school, I have about 7,000 people who will vote in this election. The smallest group of voters will be those between the ages of 18 and 25. The largest group of voters will be between the ages of 55 and 80. And believe me, the issues that 55-year-olds and 80-year-olds, that age group, care about are much different than the issues 18 to 25 or 18 to 30-year-olds care about. If you don't show up, decisions will be made by those people who do show up. Take a minute. It's important. It's really about you. Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.